Okay, so I just want to show you a way that you can boost the audio quality from Zoom, or not even boost the audio quality from Zoom, it's just get better results from recording podcasts via Zoom. As I said, the idea, it's better to do a local recording at each end, but if that isn't possible, you can do it via Zoom. So what you do is, I have just Zoom open here in Windows, and if you go to the settings, now this, depending on which version of Zoom you have, these might be in a slightly different place. I've just updated this today on the 30th of November 2020, so you know, if you need to update your client, you can do that. Anyway, what you do is, there's a couple of things you can do, but the first thing you should do is go into audio in settings, and then go down to advanced, and you'll see one here that says show in meeting option to enable original sound from microphone. So you click that and enable high fidelity music mode, and basically what that does is it means Zoom will do its best to put a bit of emphasis on the audio when it's sending information over the internet. So that's one thing you can do. And then the second thing you can do is, then what you need to do is you need to enable that in the call, but I'll show you that in a moment. And then if you go into the recordings section, and you'll see there's a line there, or an option, record a separate audio file for each participant who speaks. So what you do is you enable that as well. And now if I start a new meeting, now I'm starting in a meeting with myself, so there won't be anyone else on this. So this is, yes, I'll join with computer audio. So if I, it's just taking a moment, my video isn't working for some reason. Anyway, if I turn on that, that will turn on the original sound. That is enabling high fidelity music mode. It just basically means it applies less compression techniques to the sound than it would otherwise. Now if I record, that will record away, blah 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 blah, and when I press stop, okay, now as soon as I press end on that, it's going to render that meeting, okay, and then just take a moment there just to render that meeting, and then in my, well, it's my documents folder, but wherever your Zoom folder is set up, it's probably going to be in documents Zoom. There'll be a little folder created, and in audio you will see you will have separate audio tracks. Now I only need one person on this call, so it's just me, but if you had two people on this call, if you had Robert O'Connor and Joe Bloggs, you'd see a line for Robert O'Connor and Joe Bloggs, another one for, if it was three people, and Joe and Josephine Soap, you'd also see one for Joe Soap and one for Josephine Soap, and so on and so on. Now there can be issues when you're recording via Zoom. You don't want people to mute their mics because you'll end up with audio files that are of different sizes, so just leave the mics on all the time. If you get glitchy audio, there's nothing you can do about it, you just have to go with it. But it can be useful, and it can be usable. Absolutely, it can be usable. So it's a good tool to use if you want to record podcasts remotely, because most people are familiar enough with the Zoom at this stage. And then what you could do is, of course, is you could just open up Audacity, and then what you can do is you can just drag that lad in, and you'll see there we have our audio file of my conversation there, but ideally you'd have the other ones as well. Okay, hope that's of use.